right, folks, so good day, everyone. This example is going to take you through how do you graph a system of linear inequalities. So let's say we're given the following three inequalities. Y is greater than or negative 2x minus 5. Y is less than or equal to x plus 3. And also y is greater than or equal to x minus 2. So we need to graph those functions here, and we're also going to do some shading. So let me just let you know in advance, we're going to put all three graphs on this, all three inequalities on this one graph, and we're also going to shade everything on this one graph. So give me just a moment. I want to set up how we would approach graphing inequality number one. Okay, so give me just a second. Everyone, so what I did was I put a little bit of information here that's going to help us as we get ready to graph these inequalities. Okay, so some things we just cannot forget. Okay, y equals mx plus b, that is the slope-intercept form. Okay, and we are fortunate here because our first example has all of the inequalities in slope-intercept form, meaning we can identify what our m is, our slope, which is the rise over run, and then we can also identify what b is, our y-intercept. So let's look at what we got here. So given here, this is my inequality number one, and I'm choosing to go with different colors because I know I'm going to highlight where I shade. So if you don't, just know that you can use dotted lines or anything like that. Okay, so here we go. Y is greater than a negative 2x minus 5. I know in the place of the slope here, I have a negative 2. And in the place of b here, I have a negative 5. So from there, what I know is I definitely have a point as 0, negative 5. So that's what I'm going to do over here. If my origin is here, and y'all bear with me because I thought this would show up a little bit better, but I'm going to move down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to have my point here as 0 and a negative 5. Then as far as the slope is concerned, my slope is a negative 2, which can also be written as negative 2 over 1. Okay, and I'm just going to start here. But I know that from that point 0, 5, I can go down 2 and to the right 1, and I'm going to have another point. So from 0, negative 5, I'm going to go down 2 and right 1, and I have a point. I can do it again. Go down 2 and right 1, and I'm going to have a point. Okay, something else that comes up that's very important, okay, in addition, is what do our line look like? So give me just a second. I want to write that down as well. Okay, folks, so I wanted to give you just a little bit more information. Okay, this is something that's important, something that you may have seen before. If we have an inequality that is greater than or less than, we're going to have a dash line. If we have greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, then we should have a solid line. So what I'm going to do here, I have a greater than sign here. So I'm going to make my line here, but it's going to be a dash line. Okay, so you make your line there and make sure that you got a dash line. So here we go. And I'm going to exaggerate the dashes on a line just so that you can see it. Okay, so that's going to be my line for y is greater than a negative 2x minus 5. Now here's what I also told you. Because we have a greater than sign here and we're graphing this, we're going to graph and shade in the side that's greater. Now you can, it's a bunch of different ways you can do this. If you don't have a highlighter, then you can just draw some arrows up that lets me know that you know that it's this greater area in here. Okay, so all of this will be shaded in, and I'm not going to do it excessively because we have two more inequalities that we need to put on this same line. So give me just a second. I'm going to set up the second inequality. Okay, folks, so here we go. My second inequality is y is less than or equal to x plus 3. So given that I don't have any number in front of this x, it's understood to be a 1 there. So my slope is 1, and my y-intercept is what's after the x, so this is going to be 3. So I know here I'm going to have a point at 0, 3. Now, granted that my slope is the rise over run, I know I can write this 1 as 1 over 1. So since it's a positive 1 over a positive 1, then I know that my direction is I'm going to go up 1 and to the right 1. So first, let me start off at 0, 3. And once again, like I said, I apologize that this is not just the clearest of pictures here, but we just gonna have to make do with what we got here. So I put a point at 0, 3. So that's 0 at the origin and then just up 3. So that's my point right there. Okay, if you hit fast forward or anything like that, that's my origin right there. That's why there's a 0. So now I want to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Now, truthfully, 2 points is all you need to make up a line. That came from geometry. So now that we know our direction of our line, we look here. We have less than or equal to, so our line here should be a solid line. So make your line as solid as you can. Okay, keep it 100. I'm just playing. Why I can't never see? Oh Lord, I got glasses and still can't see this. Okay, so just do the best you can, baby. Do the best you can, all right? You know, you may not have graph paper. Just do your best little sketch that you can. All right, just do. That's all we ask is you do the best you can, okay? So here we go. We have less than or equal to. So since it's less than or equal to, we're gonna shade below. Okay, because we need all the values that's less than. So give me just a second to set that up for you. Okay, so everything that's less. And I tried to color code. I can't get my words out. But I tried to color code it, okay? So this is all the area where we are less than. Okay, all of this down in here. Now, what I want you to notice already is that so far, we got a solution. If I cover it up, that's right in here. We're looking for where the graph overlaps. So all of these points here where we got overlap is our solution so far. Okay, so but we still got one more inequality graph. So let's go ahead on and set that one up. Give me just a second to do so. Thank you very much. Appreciate your patience. All right, folks. So here we go. This is our last inequality from our system. Y is greater than or equal to x minus 2. Given that our slope is understood to be a 1 in front of the x, so we can do our rise over run as 1 over 1, because 1 divided by 1 is the same thing as 1. So what that tells us is that we go up 1 and to the right 1. Okay, we can talk about this later or ask one of your coach, ask the coach if you don't understand. We can also go down 1 and left 1 and get the same line. Okay, now coincidentally our y-intercept is -2, so that means we're going to have a point. We're going to start out as 0, -2. That y-intercept tells us where we begin. Okay, so here we go. I'm going over here to my graph, and I know I'm going to start at 0 and down to a -2. So I'll have a point right in there. And then my slope says I need to go up 1 and over 1. So up 1 from that point and over 1, I would have a point here and another point in there. Okay, so technically 2 points is all I need for my line. So I'm going to draw my line. But hold on. First, what kind of line? I got greater than or equal to. So since it's equal, it can be a solid line. So let's go ahead and get that solid line going. Okay, let's see. Ooh-wee. There we go. All right. That's my solid line there. And here we go. We got to talk about where we're going to shade at. Okay, now, coincidentally, what I hope you see is that these two are going to be parallel to each other. Even though my line don't look that great, they are parallel because they have the same slope. Now, we got greater than or equal to. Okay, so that's going to fix this one right here. I'm going to make these lines kind of horizontal if I can. All right, so I know that the solution from what we first had was just this section in here. But with this line here, which was x minus 2, then what happens is my solution is everything that is greater than. So if I was going to shade If I was just going to be extra, I would shade all of this area up in here. Okay. But what I want you to see is that where there's a little overlap at, that's where our solution is, folks. Okay. So let me get one more color and I'm going to try to make it a little clearer for you. All right. So down in here, we don't have overlap. Up here, we don't have overlap of all three. So our solution is going to be the points that's on that line, the points that's on this line, and the area that's in the middle. Okay, so this section right here that you see highlighted in orange, that represents our solution. So I can take a point here and the origin happens to work. If I was to plug in the origin into all three of those equations, it will work out. Okay, so excuse me, this one took a little bit longer than what I had anticipated, but I just wanted to make sure that you had some information for your slope. Your y-intercept is also the kinds of lines that you'll have. Okay, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Let one of your teachers know. Okay, you got me, you got the coach Jack, you got Coach Williams, and just about any math teacher on campus can help you with this. Okay, so don't sit there confused. Also, you got YouTube. Okay, you got YouTube, you got Khan Academy. But I'm gonna do another example like this just so that you can see it. Let's see here. And that's just about everything right there together. I hope y'all can see that bottom part there. Okay, but that's our solution, folks. Okay, so I wish you all the best. Okay, let me go ahead and set up for the second example. I'm going to put that on another video. All right, so I hope you're having a good day. All right.